I didn't know what to pray. I just got quiet. An arrow from Hazrat Mevlana got shot into my heart. And I was shocked and I began to cry and I didn't know what was happening. I came back down to the shab-i. He looked at me noddingly and he said, "Fine, come with me." My name is Ismail Fenter. I'm an American, but I've moved here to Konya. I am a mevlevi dervish. Today is Seb-i Arus. It is the night of the bride, the night of the wedding feast. Here in Konya, this is the night that we remember the death of Hazrat Mevlana, but it's not really his death, because Hazrat Mevlana teaches us, I mean in America if you're listening, his name is Rumi, we call him. On his death, he says to us, when my coffin is passing by, don't cry for me because I am not there. He tells us on this night, he reunites with his beloved. And this is the goal of our remembrance on the night of Seb-i Arus. Hazrat Pir says that we need to change ourselves so that we can change the world. He says, if you want sugar, you have to become sugar. He means dissolve like sugar dissolves. Dissolve, let yourself disappear so that you can be no one. This is what the Mevlevi way is about. The Mevlevi way is about, first, Islam. The path of Hazrat Jalaluddin Rumi is the path of Hazrat Muhammad. It's the path to Allah. I've had the pleasure for many, many years and the humble honor to make Sema. And in Sema, we are, in a sense, creating a living metaphor of what the journey of the soul is all about, how it comes from dirt and becomes a body of light, and how we whirl with each other and turn with all of creation because all of creation is turning. Many people think the Sema is dance, but it's not dance. It's Dikhr Allah, because on every turn as a mevlevi dervish, we say Allah's name when we turn. Allah, Allah, Allah we say, and we go higher and higher and higher in Sema. I grew up in America. I went to a religious school, and my teachers and my family all thought I should go into the ministry. And so I went to seminary. I was studying the Old Testament, and there was only one God, but in the New Testament, they were saying something else, and I didn't believe that. Eventually, I had to leave the church, and it was after that I found my way to Islam through Hazrat Mevlana. The first time I came to Konya was in the year 2005. It was the time of Seb-i Arus, and in my first couple days here, I was at the tomb of Shamsi Tabrizi, Hazrat Mevlana's teacher, and I was there for morning prayer. I was not a Muslim at the time, and at the morning prayer was crowded because it was Seb-i Arus. So many people were in the jami, and I got near the front row, sitting down on the floor waiting for namaz to begin. On this side, a man sat next to me, and it was Farooq Hemdem Chalabi, the Maqam Chalabi of the Mevlevi order, who would become my Chalabi in the long run. And the Maqam Chalabi grabbed me and said, "Come with me." And he took me around the back side of the museum where there is a window. This is called the Niyaz Panjarasi, the wishing window, he said. So he walked up the stairs and stood in front of the Niyaz Panjarasi, and he offered dua. And I looked around and there was snow everywhere, but in the snow there was one single rose peeking up through the snow. And then I looked back and he was done. He came down, he says, "Now it's your turn." And I didn't know what to pray. I just got quiet and I stood there humbly. And then all of a sudden I felt like an arrow from Hazrat Mevlana got shot into my heart. And I was shocked and I began to cry and I didn't know what was happening. And I stood there for a moment crying, and then I came back down to the shab-i and he looked at me noddingly and he said, "Fine, come with me." And that was the beginning of my journey. When I returned to America, I became a Muslim because that was the thing I knew I needed to do. So alhamdulillah, I became a Muslim after that. Inshallah, you might come to know Hazrat Mevlana on this Seb-i Arus. Inshallah, you might come to know the way of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inshallah, you might come to know the way of Allah, which is the way of love.